Well, you're doing this show in South Florida at CCW. You've
Oh,
got
that's so much fun.
you're
That
doing a match with Bill Alfonso
I am. That's great. I mean, who didn't love Billy? Who didn't love him in ECW?
right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Yeah.
That actually the Nelio, the guy that runs CCW, when Paige Van Zant was going to wrestle in AEW, we had to find her a place to train, and he happens to have a school right in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So we reached out to him, and he's like, "Man, we'll do it for free, no problem whatsoever. But would you mind coming to a couple of our shows that we do in Miami every so often? And, get on the mic, cut a promo, or whatever." I was like, I'd love to do that. That's fun."
Sure.
So it was kind of a trade off.
Oh.
So whenever he wants me to do a show, he just gives me a call, and it's 45 minutes from my house. I'm happy to buzz down.
Did you ever think when you started getting involved with AEW that you'd actually have a match there?
I figured, the heel cowardly manager always gets tricked into somehow getting involved in a match to get his ass kicked. So yeah, I figured I would. I didn't think it'd be Chris Jericho beating me up with a kendo stick in front of 20,000 people on a pay-per-view. I mean, how cool is that?
Oh, you put him
You
through
know?
a table. It looked like you were having so much fun there.
I can't tell you how much fun I was having. It was like the coolest thing ever.
Are you still working with AEW?
Not now. About maybe 2 months ago, we finished up our feud with the Men of the Year and Scorpio Sky against Wardlow, and Sky dropped the belt to Wardlow. Sky was going to take a couple months off because he had a knee injury that needed to heal, and Paige was getting repackaged to doing what he's doing now with the firm and the work with MJF. So I just thought that was a good time that, seemed like it was winding down. I felt like I was getting stale. Even though the reactions were still good, it was still fun. But I just grabbed Tony after that show and said, "Yeah, I think it ran its course. I don't want to go backwards or overstay my welcome. So I think that's gonna do it for me." And he was like, "Oh man, sure, whatever you want. If maybe you come up with a good idea and you come back in the future or something. Yeah, sure, whatever. Call me."
You could pop back up at any
So
point, really.
I mean, hey, if Tony called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, I got a good idea. Do you want to do it?" and it was a good idea, I'd say, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah. Do you feel like after being on AEW television that you get recognized a lot more now?
It depends on where you are, but wrestling is so different than like being involved in MMA. Nobody cares about teams in MMA. People care about individual
Yeah.
fighters.
Well, you're a
So
lot more behind the scenes with
yeah, but
ATT.
that's what the guys that run the team are in,
Yeah.
in MMA. So it's the fighters get recognized, and the coaches, the guys that run the gym, they don't.
Sure.
Nobody cares about the team. When you get in there, they may mention where the guy trains just as filler space, during a boring part of the fight. But people don't care. It's an individual sport. Whereas wrestling, it's more about the individuals and stuff. So I think you get a little more recognition.
But
out
you
of that.
became a personality in AEW.
It was so much. I say the same thing every time. It was so fun. I can't tell you how fun that was. I'm probably the coolest thing I've ever done.